Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9. From motivationals
To news,
to sports and talk.
we'll give you all you need to make the best of your day.
On the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome to 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan. My name is DELE ADEYANJU. The program is Break It Down Newspaper Review. Thank you so much for joining us. I have 4 papers here: the Daily Post, the Punch newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune, and the Independent newspapers. I have here with me Tayo OGUNADE.
Good morning to you, dear listener. I am OLUTAYO. Great to be here once again on the Break It Down Newspaper Review. All right, I have the Guardian newspaper here, Daily Trust, Premium Times, and the Nation newspaper.
All right, I take headlines from the Daily Post newspaper first. I took 3 people to Buhari seeking to end insecurity. Father Mbaka, Biafra, Oduduwa republics, Nigeria can't break up. I have nowhere to go. That's a statement from Tinubu. Apologize to me now. Bandits can kill you. Mbaka tells Garuba Shehu. DSS targets elements threatening Nigeria's peace. Iniobong Umoren, justice must prevail. Atiku reacts to murder of job seeker. Imo prison attack. Nigerians will be shocked by outcome of investigation. Aribeshola. Ebubiagu claims of Ikpeazu recruiting Hausa Fulani mischievous. False. Ohaneze. Impeachment. Call him back now. Reconcile with him. Shehu Sani to Buhari. SEC denies 2021 recruitment exercise. And we have retired civil servants to collect 5,000 naira as monthly pension. Yobe NLC. Inebong Moren. Saraki reacts to raping, murder of job seeker in Oka. And in Akwa Ibom, police confirm attack on divisional station in Ebonyi. Security operatives fall attack by bandits. Recover 300 cattle in Zamfara. Insecurity. Ondo returns for the 2 suspected Fulani invaders. Buhari laments over death of Ahmad Rufai Ibrahim. And Nigerian troops now Boko Haram, ISWAP collaborators. Senate to summon Customs CG Ali over invasion of Ibadan markets. Inobong Umoren, police arrest 1 over rape, murder of job seeker in Akwa Ibom. Buhari, Goodluck Jonathan's media office reports Father Mbaka to Pope Francis. Federal government adopts Jonathan Almajiri's system with modifications. Group condemns violence in Fulani communities in Kwara. INEC office set ablaze in Akwa Ibom. And finally, insecurity. Boacha kicks against calls for Buhari's resignation.
Let's see some more from Premium Times. I have missing Akwa Ibom woman raped, killed by man who promised her job. COVID-19, Nigeria bans travelers from Brazil, India, Turkey. Insecurity, Buhari capable of achieving quick, lasting solution to APC. Truck kills 2, injures 8 in Imo market accident. Let's see some more from there. Kogi commissioner shot dead, council boss kidnapped. Insecurity, 97 killed, 50 kidnapped in various violent attacks across Nigeria last week. INEC office set ablaze in Akwa Ibom. Okay, do we have more? Former presidential aide asks Catholic Pope to investigate Mbaka. Saraki devastated by rape killing of Akwa Ibom job seeker. COVID-19, Nigeria records 43 new cases on Saturday. Again, gunmen attack police station in Ebonyi. Controversy trails illegal appointment of Kano College Provost. Right, Buhari reaffirms commitment to press freedom. Urges respect for ethics. Nigeria plans to expand N-Power program to 1 million people. And on COVID-19, Nigeria records 43 new cases on Saturday.
Nigerian Tribune newspaper next. Nigeria owes China $3.7 billion. That's from the DMO. Outrage over rape, murder of Akwa Ibom job seeker. Police intercepts 13 guns, 753 GPMC ammunition in Ebonyi. Government raised Akwa Ibom INEC office. And while we sent back 42 northern youths to Jigawa, Kano, Ondo government, Afenifere justified for not supporting Buhari, Fashoranti says at its 70th anniversary. COVID-19 guidelines, airline to pay $3,500 fine on each defaulting passenger, and we won't call off strike until 19 billion naira is released. ASUP tells federal government freedom doesn't mean everything is permitted. Buhari and Nigeria better together. Tinubu. Insecurity, Nigeria drifting. Live up to your responsibility. JNI tells federal government. Those are stories from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
And from Daily Trust, fresh strike looms in varsities as federal government fails to meet April deadline. Police killer of Akwa Ibom job seeker buried her in her father's compound. Mind your utterances. DSS warns clerics threatening Buhari's government. Blasphemy, how angry youths attack vigilante commander in Lagos community. Nigeria bars travelers from Brazil, India, Turkey over rising COVID-19 cases. On easy calm, as police desert Strait in southeast, customs seizes 170 million water goods in Lagos and Kaduna. How we pioneered local bus hailing service. Minister Lord's Nexim African Trade Initiative. Federal government bans passengers from India. Others as airlines risk $3,500 fine. 120 billion naira CBN fund. Consumers want meters. Improved power supply. Let's see some more from Daily Trust. Local government polls mixed reactions as 38 aspirants fail Kaduna APC exam. I'll contest for APC chairmanship if Al-Makura. All right. Minister approves payment of minimum wage to council's staff, teachers. 2023, APC must think beyond zoning to retain power. Ex-Rep Jaji. Sports Ministry makes U-turn on Athletics Federation dissolution. Federal government bans passengers. Took that earlier. Let's go check out another paper.
Punch newspaper next. Please get key to room housing. Worry 400-year-old crown. Fresh war unacceptable. Civil war effects not over. Tinubu. Delta community invaders kill father of 3. Return later. Kogi school tackles alleged rape victim. Says claim false. Brent price slides. Petrol landing cost hits 199.9 liter. 199.9 naira per liter. Nobody can stop agitation for Yoruba nation, says Akintoye. Von DG tackles Fayemi over alleged anti-party comment. Those making inciting statements plotting to destroy Nigeria. DSS and minimum wage. Ngige consults AGF, threatens to sue governors. NUJ kicks as Benue justifies the arrest of journalists. Federal government vaccine fund runs into crisis. AstraZeneca scarcity hits India. We saved 45 northern youths from mob attack. Ondo. Kogi board chair, 4 kidnappers killed. Local government boss missing. And Gombe, 668 workers suspended for shunning biometric capturing. Bayelsa Judiciary has financial autonomy. 4-year council found ex-registrar wanting VC. Also, this morning, we'll move against people stockpiling arms, says Bayelsa, inciting its people against Benue neighbors. Local government chair. Be sensitive to Nigeria's situation, Buhari urges media. And IPOB declares sit at home to mourn slain commander. We've lost 600 persons to pollution caused by Total Rivers community. And Ogoni still poor despite huge resources, says ex-lawmaker. Finally, Nigeria better as one. We will not separate. Tinubu.
And from The Guardian, Nigeria can't afford another civil war. Tinubu wants. Osun Amotekun commandant harps on collective efforts to tackle insecurity. Federal government promises to strengthen health institutions. Group queries presidency over cooperation charge on autumn to end killings. Do fewer projects and pay workers. Abia NLC tells Ikpazu Oni Aláàfin Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò tasks federal government on security. Insecurity, Buhari's silence is not golden. Professionals advocate backyard greenhouse farming. Still from politics, Yaba LCDA is among most secure Lagos councils, says Adeyanju. Shock as killers of Salome Abu get mere 12 years jail term. Wike's proactive security measures. That you can also find from The Guardian. Let's check out the sports side now. Joshua Fury fight delayed by legalities. Organizers to announce date next week. All right, let's see if we have some metro stories there. But Gudu directs repairs of road culverts to Save Village in Kebbi. Some headline before we go to another paper. 3 dead after smuggling boat capsizes of California. All right, one more uncertainty. Stiffer foreign travel protocols begin today.
And finally from me, Daily Independent newspaper, insecurity, how Buhari's romance with Mbaka turns sour. It's unfair to say Igbo are not prepared for 2023 presidency. Ikeina, Senate to summon customs CG over invasion of Ibadan market. And insecurity, supports armed forces with prayers. Gombe Deputy Governor. Ghost workers, Gombe saves over 37 million naira after biometric capture of civil servants. Banks NPL escalates amid growth in gross loans to 20.48 trillion naira. COVID-19 surge. Federal government bans travelers from Brazil, Turkey, India. Those are headlines from Daily Independent newspaper.
Let's see one or two from the Nation newspaper. APC PDP clash over worsening insecurity. Labour queries NERC parameters for tariffs review. Nigeria better together, says Tinubu. Governor, I will reveal mastermind of Imo mayhem. Waneze to IPOB mass-up. Let's secure Indigbo. 2023, Okechukwu urges Parliament to deepen democracy in states. We are under pressure to resume strike, say varsity workers. Lawan urges journalists to purge profession of bad eggs and use their freedom responsibly. Buhari tells media. We'll go on a short break. We'll be back.
Titan Farms Multi-Business Limited is calling all event vendors in Ibadan to submit a tender. This invite includes a tender from decorators, DJs, caterer, both continental and African dishes, drink vendors, souvenir vendors, MCs, cake vendors, cocktail vendors, ushering agencies, bouncers, floor coordinators, photographers, videographers, etc. The tender is expected to be submitted from Monday, April the 26th to 3rd of May 2021. All interested vendors should show interest of participation by visiting the anniversary committee in our office. Time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily at Titan Farms House, opposite Motor Dealer Car Mart, Akala Express, New Garage, Ibadan. Visit our website on www.titanfarms.org or at Titan Farms NG on Instagram.
Please, sir, how do I get to Retire Well Crescent?
It's easy. Just go straight on longitude 155. Take a 360-degree turn, then traverse on the trajectory. And bam, you enter the streets. You can't miss it.
At Stambic IBTC Pension Managers, we believe that preparing for the future should be easy. Email switch to pensionsolution@stambicibtc.com and let our experienced managers help you get started. Stambic IBTC Pension Managers, a member of Standard Bank Group.
láti gòkè àgùnlà láyé èèyàn nílò ìtọ́sọ́nà ẹni tó mọ̀nà débi àṣeyọrí. FMH International HR àwọn ni gbajúgbajà akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ alárinà tó mọ ojúlẹ̀jà bá ti ń tọ́ni sọ́nà finimọ̀nà nípa bí gbogbo òǹwáṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé àwọn òǹgbanisíṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR alábàáṣepọ̀ gidi ni wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group láti jùmọ̀ tọpinpin wàhálà táwọn ọmọlẹ̀ yìí ń kojú nídìí ìgbìyànjú ajé lọ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ international migration àti international labour activities.
ǹjẹ́ o tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o nílò ìmọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ dáadáa nípa ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé láwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú tó fẹ́ gbà sọdá sílẹ̀ òkèèrè? lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí United Nations Volunteer Research Group pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ FMH International HR ń ṣe research lórí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ bá ní. questionnaires táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ FMH bá fún yín lágbègbè yín lẹ́ẹ̀ ṣàlàyé ìrírí yín sí.
fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kàn sí wọn ní 3rd and 9th floor Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
telephone 0817 4444 627
àti 081 68 73 7222.
Fresh breath is good, but strong teeth and fresh breath is even better. Use Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste for strong teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
Guy, you don't see that new funny video for Twitter? That one with the boy. You mean this one? What of that brother Shaggy News Kitty? Where they circulate WhatsApp? Oh, this one. What of that meme? Where the guy?
When mouth open like this, ba?
Mr. No It Talk. Which data you they use know all these things?
Now, Glow new data plans get me.
Are you serious?
With just 50 naira, and they get 50 MB. And with just 100 naira, and they get 150 MB. We have to use chat or browse on top Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and even Snapchat. Don't dull yourself, oh. Dial *777# now. Make you begin the browse, they go.
Glow Unlimited.
If you don't know the transfer news, you might tell your friends your team has the top striker.
What are you talking about?
If you tell your friends your team has the top striker, they might loudly disagree.
Oh, wait.
If they loudly disagree, the whole viewing center might get involved. If the whole viewing center gets involved, you might lose the argument. If you lose the argument, you might kick the floor in frustration. Before things get out of hand, settle it with Google Search. Get the latest football news, live scores, transfers, probabilities, and so much more on your Google app.
32 FM
94.9. Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back. 32 FM 94.9 Breakdown Newspaper Review. We took headlines earlier. It's now to go to the detail of the headlines. Of course, the analysis with Dr. Olo Jedokun, who is a lecturer and a lawyer at the Lee City University. Good morning once again. I am OLUTAYO. DELE ADEYANJU is right here.
Good morning.
And we'll say hello to Dr. Olo Jedokun. Good morning, Doctor.
Yeah, top of the day to you.
All right, I'd like to take my first story here, Dr. Jedokun. And a lot of Nigerians are calling for the breakup of the country. They're calling for division. They're saying that everybody should go their separate ways. They're angry about marginalization, insecurity, nepotism, unemployment, resource control by the federal government, among others. And it seems it's failing and all is not well. But the DSS is targeting elements threatening Nigeria's peace. I don't know where we go from here. Do you really think Nigeria is likely to go through a sort of reformation where each state will control its resources?
Well, I think there are two different questions there.
Okay.
Elements threaten Nigeria's peace. Is that Boko Haram? Is that the bandits?
They're referring to people calling for the breakup of Nigeria.
Well, then some will suggest that first and foremost you deal with the bandits, with the kidnappers, with the terrorists, with the Boko Haram. And after dealing with that, then you can then come to people are using polemics or using their write-ups to call for the breakup. I think the constitution is very clear about Nigeria. Our constitution can only be amended in particular ways. There's no way in our constitution where the dissolution of Nigeria is catered for. Having said that, there's nothing against legitimate free speech. If the speech is free, if it's not incendiary, if it's not calling for violence, if it's not calling for war, then I don't see how it threatens our peace. I think our peace is threatened when you force people to stay together, when they are no longer interested in staying together. I think then peace is threatened, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to corral people into a space they're no longer interested in. As to whether or not we may go our separate ways, I think time will tell. The reality of it is that if you have social economic problems, if you have security issues, if you have inequity in the system, inequity, inequality, resource issues, you understand, and people don't feel part of the whole, then of course the calls are only going to get more much more louder, much more strident, much more consistent. So there's very little DSS can do. If what you say is that many people, then there's a limit to what DSS can do. What's the capacity of DSS? They can pick up a few here and there, but cannot pick up a whole nation, especially if people are speaking with one voice in their community. So yes, DSS may say that, but at the end of the day, all they can target is a few arrowheads here and there, not the masses of the people.
All right, and at the end of the day, what happens? Peace was threatened in 1960, just before, around the Civil War,
yes,
it turned to war. So we can't talk about each region going their separate ways without war, and war is not what we want.
No, it's not what we want.
It's not.
No. We're certainly not advocating for war, but you see, if Nigeria is going to go through crisis, it's not going to be the kind of 66, 67, or to 1970 crisis. It's a different one. The crisis we are facing now is in various communities, a breakdown of law and order, a non-recognition of constituted authority, kidnappings, ransom, all those kind of things which give us a sense of normality. That's the kind of crisis we are facing now. We don't have adequate policing. We don't have adequate security arrangement. That's the kind of crisis.
Bola Tinubu, the national leader of the APC, says he believes that Nigeria will not break up, and he said he has nowhere to go even if it breaks up.
Well, it's an old man. I hardly think it's going to have a place to go. Some might suggest that he will go abroad. For him to talk about the breakup of Nigeria suggests to you that they are worried and concerned. But nothing that Ahmed Tinubu has said, nothing he has said is addressing the concerns of many people. Some will suggest that what Ahmed Tinubu is interested in is power and power alone, and that if anything happens in between that is quest, he's not really concerned about him. There's a lot of polemics, there's a lot of statements being made about, but nobody has really come with a blueprint or a roadmap or something to deal with the situation. He certainly hasn't advocated restructuring. He did in the past, but currently he's not advocating restructuring.
Quoting Tinubu, he said, God will not allow Nigeria to experience war. He said, if we say Nigeria should separate, people should remember what war caused in Sudan and Iraq. Such war does not end in time. We are yet to recover from the civil war. We are better together. So if you are saying that we can separate without a war, Tinubu is not suggesting that.
Well, it's not suggesting that. That means his premise is a bit dodgy in my sense. Separation doesn't always come as a result of war. It can be negotiated, you understand? It can be by talking, it can be by discussion from that point of view. And having also said that, yes, I agree with Tinubu that we are better together. But if the togetherness is causing much angst and it's causing much suffering, sorrow, tears, and blood, then what do you do? Do you stay together for the sake of togetherness? Or do you stay together in order to prosper? We're not prospering now, and that's the problem.
All right, on insecurity, 97 killed, 58 kidnapped in various violent attacks across Nigeria just last week.
In a week.
And Kogi commissioner shot dead, council boss kidnapped. That's Kogi.
And that's the narrative. That's the prevailing and consistent, persistent narrative. Not just last week. It's a narrative that has been trending for most of the part of this year. And little wonder people are concerned as to whether Nigeria will survive the thoughts of all this. I think what is very clear is that the federal government is lethargic, that the security arrangement has broken down, and that the security architecture needs to be rejigged. Something needs to be done. Already they promised, they had a meeting last Friday, I think, and they promised that there will be some new measures. There are certainly some areas where you need to consider whether an emergency, a state of emergency, needs to be put in place. But little wonder, I've been confused. I've been utterly wondering why the federal government has never used that instrument. It's an instrument they have at hand. We have states of emergency can be declared, where they can get administrators put in place and get some peace and security in place, but they've never pursued that.
All right, one story here that bothers the mind. I'm sure you must have seen the story of, the young lady,
Yes.
the job seeker who was raped and killed eventually. One will wonder what is happening to us. Another failure of the state. We failed this girl once again. Nigeria is failing our youth.
Yes.
But what would make a young man rape and kill a young job seeker just like himself?
I think it preyed on the desperation of many people. Many people are searching for jobs and searching for opportunities, but there are some, are preying on it, predators. I think it's a dehumanization has occurred. And some of this dehumanization comes from access to internet, from pornography, and all sorts of things. It's quite clear that his motivation was sexual. There's nothing to suggest any other thing that it was a sexual motivation, and he killed her to cover up some of his crimes. It's quite unfortunate. A young life has been snuffed out, needlessly, for no real cogent reason. And I think we have to begin to look at how do we educate our youths? How do we ensure that things like pornography and the lack of equality, because there's some people who actually see women as being lower than men, which is wrong, of course. But all that comes from education, all that comes from awareness, and that needs to be addressed. But for now, our thoughts go out to that family. It's horrendous, and nothing we do can bring her back. But what we certainly can do is put in place policies to ensure that this doesn't occur again. What's also one point I want to bring from that is that he didn't go to the police. You understand? He went to his local government chairman, which means that the confidence in the policing arrangement is certainly at the lowest ebb.
The boy is just 20.
20?
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. It's Press Freedom Day. All right, so let's talk about press freedom. Mind your utterances. The DSS won the other time, but let's go to the Nation newspaper. Use your freedom responsibly, Buhari tells media.
Well, every media house is expected to be responsible. You can't be publishing libelous, slanderous, defamatory statements. You can't. You have to verify your statements. You have to check that they are true. But sometimes they are fair comments. For instance, the other day, the statements were being made about Patani to the effect that he was on a terror list. Of course, he wasn't on the terror list, but it was a fair comment in the sense that he had a past, but he wasn't on that list, you understand? So that was inaccurate. But being inaccurate did not make it defamatory because he had links of some sort in the past, not now, but in the past. And so you could draw a conclusion from that. But having said that, sometimes the media has strayed, but most of the time the media has been courageous, has been consistent, and has reported what is going on. You can't but report the news. And sometimes the news is not palatable to the government. Sometimes the news embarrasses the government. Embarrassing the government is not enough to arrest people or to cause them not to report things. The reality of it is that we don't have good news in Nigeria today. And the only people that are bearer of this news are the media, unfortunately.
All right, someone said it is not only in war zones and dictatorships that journalists take risks to hold those in power to account. Journalists around here doing that, and what is the position, all right, or the reaction of the government to it?
I think the government, by and large, you understand, has tried in many respects to respect press freedom. But there are times when they've been illogical and when they've been inconsistent in their responses. I think government, particularly even Sheikh Gabo, the spokesman, usually see criticisms as an attempt at regime change. I've heard that statement before from him. But a lot of times, a lot of the criticism is genuine. I think the Constitution protects journalists here, should protect them. But sometimes we found that some individuals have actually been locked up. We must differentiate the press and those who are not the press but use the internet, you understand, to air their opinions or make free speech. With the advent of internet, a lot of people are called journalists, but really many of them are not journalists from that point of view. The NBC has a role to play, and we are not here to critique them. They have a role to play, and some people will say, well, what role do they have in policing the press? Is their job to police the press or to ensure a responsible reporting from that point of view? So I think, by and large, we have the regulation in place. Government sometimes overreacts, but by and large, people will say that there are not too many journalists in the Gulag. I don't know whether we should be grateful for that.
All right, when we come back after this break, we're going to talk about this headline on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Nigeria owes China $3.7 billion. That's from the DMO. I think that's the Debt Management Office. Stay with us for some messages.
94.9.
Put your hands up if you want to have fun. Yeah. Or explore and investigate. Yay! What about dance and create? Ooh. Then there's laughter and learning. Yay! And don't forget about making new friends. Woo-hoo! So, parents, it's time to also put up your hands because there's no better way to keep the kids entertained and learning with loads of DSTV channels to keep them in good company. Yay! Get and stay connected to DSTV. Yeah!
Guy, you don't see that new funny video for Twitter? That one with the boy. You mean this one? What of that brother Shaggy News Kitty? Where they circulate WhatsApp? Oh, this one. What of that meme? Where the guy?
When mouth open like this, ba?
Mr. Know It All. Which data you they use know all these things?
Now, Glow new data plans get me.
Are you serious?
With just 50 naira, and they get 50 MB. And with just 100 naira, and they get 150 MB. Where have to use chat or browse on top Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and even Snapchat. Don't dull yourself, oh. Dial *777# now. Make you begin the browse, they go.
Glow Unlimited.
iléeṣẹ́ Novesola wọ́n ní kí n sọ fún ọ pé tòjò tẹ̀rùn gbogbo àkókò ńlẹ̀ dá ádámà nílò náà yàtọ̀ sí náà dògán tá a fi ń sun bọ̀ọ̀lì lábà oko àgàgà yín náà sólà tó ń gbàgbára láti inú òrùn tó bá gbọ́ Novel sólà ní ó tẹ̀lé iléeṣẹ́ Novesola wọ́n ti wà ní sẹpẹ́ fún pèsè àwọn èròjà sólà lẹ́lẹ́kàǹkà inverter solar panels and batteries solar kit láti tanná láti charge battery gbọ́ rédíò kọrin jẹ̀gbádùn àti láti tanná ẹlẹ́yin bíi 2 sí 3 solar fan tó ń gbé fan láti tanná sùn dẹ́kun ẹ̀fọn amáranini ṣokùnfà àìsàn ibà solar floodlight fàyíká ilégbèé àtòpópónà fún sẹ́ẹ̀mọ́lẹ̀ solar freezer láti ṣe nǹkan jíjẹ mímu lọ́jọ́sí kómi síta fóníbàárà solar CCTV camera ẹlẹ́yinjú àsáfà àbò nílé iṣẹ́ àti ọ́fíìsì solar water heater tí somi tútù di gbígbóná solar water pump tó lè fami gòkè ní kànga energy saving appliances DC bulb DC TV DC fan tó ń gbàgbára náà sára bẹ́ẹ̀ làkànṣe solar product wà fún dókítà lecturers farmers tailor àtàwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù káríkárí Novesola kan náà ń lo kájú ẹ̀ kàn sí wọn bó rajà lólulẹ̀ iṣẹ́ wọn tó wà ní Akíndélé plaza ìdójúkọ Adamasingba stadium Mọ́kọ́lá Ìbàdàn tàbí lẹ́ka ilé iṣẹ́ wọn tó bá súnmọ́
081-8776-6005.
Novesola ló mójútó sola.
egbògi kan ti délẹ̀ yìí egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe ni ó dára fẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi gan Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o.
ojú rẹ̀ ṣàjọlọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kí làṣírí ẹ wà rí.
Veneton cleanser ni.
já mi sí ọ̀rẹ́.
Veneton cleanser egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí bádọ̀tí ara wọ̀ yá ìjà rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n yẹbẹyẹbẹ. inú tó ń kú tó ń dàrú gbòdògbòdò kò bára rẹ̀ èrí inú ẹ̀jẹ̀. amọ̀nà ti dé o. Veneton cleanser egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí a fi ewé àti egbò ṣe ní ọ̀nà tìgbàlódé. NAFDAC fòǹtẹ̀lù MA1 Nigeria Limited ni wọ́n gbé Veneton cleanser jáde. a wà ní nọ́mbà 17 ọba akínyẹlé off Adeogun Street Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate Ring Road Ìbàdàn. telephone 08034051533 fún títà àti rírà ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Veneton cleanser àmọ̀tẹ́kùn egbòogi tí ń ya gbogbo kòkòrò inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́.
If you no sabi transfer news, you fit tell all your padi say na your team get correct top striker.
What are you talking about?
If you tell your padi say na your team get correct top striker, dem fit shout dey follow you argue.
No way.
If dem shout dey follow you argue, everybody for viewing center fit shook mouth for the matter. If dem shook mouth for the matter, you fit fall your hand for the matter. If you fall your hand for the matter, you fit kick bench as you dey vex. Abeg, before you enter yawa, settle the matter with Google search. Get the latest football news, live scores, transfers, probabilities, and anything wey concern football with your Google app.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Rama, you just dey come. Me, I don break my fast o with the food wey they give us for here. In fact, na so kill we kill before we collect am.
So, all this stress on top say you wan collect fruits for breaking fast. Don't worry yourself, because me don't get ogbonge fruit from Adron Homes. You remember I tell you about the Ramadan promo? You sef fit benefit from Adron Ramadan promo package. With shikini money like 25,000 naira initial deposit, you go get food pack or shopping voucher and even spread the payment within 24 months. E no finish for there. For every land where you buy, you sef go collect gift. If you can't pay 1 million income, you go collect food pack, bag of rice, goat, and even shopping voucher. Take joy body. Hey, waiting you dey wait for? Oya sharply go Adron Homes, make you sef benefit from the Ramadan promo. For more tori, make you call us for 0802-200-4260 or 0805-661-4335.
Wetin you dey wait for? You no need to stress at all, at all. Zeniba don dey for us. Make we jolly dey go, even small pikin, mommy, daddy, better life for you. Oya brukututu komaro, sisi eko abeg no dey slow. Zeniba better life promo, e don dey yafu for you. 30,000 worth of gifts for 50 people every week. No dey sit down for your seat.
information, visit www.zenithbank.com/better life. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
32 FM.
94.9.
Welcome back. 32 FM 949 Ibadan. The program is Bracadon Newspaper Review, and we're still looking at headlines from the dailies today. Front page of the Nigerian Tribune, Dr. Jedoko, Nigeria owes China $3.7 billion. That's from the Debt Management Office.
I think that was predictable because look at the roads, look at the railway, rolling stock, all those infrastructure, of course. A lot of it has been, even in the Mambila power plant, a lot of it has come from loans from China. My problem is loans are not the issue. Are these loans productive? Will these loans yield back? If they are loans that are being sunk into a sinkhole, then we have a problem, and that means we are in hock to China. But if there are investments that would generate the economy, build the economy, grow the economy, then it's not so much of a problem. Our concern is that sometimes some of these loans are not loans that are working for the nation, but are loans that are going into projects which are overinflated in many instances and are not as productive.
Doctor, what does China have? Is it the technology or is it the money that they are trading with?
No, I think they have both. Because what China does is when you take China on, when you take their loans, is you also get a lot of their expertise. They're quite shrewd. So, for instance, if you go to the building of airports or building of roads, a lot of times you see their workers there. So their loans come with their workers, you understand? In fact, a lot of times, I'm not slandering them, they even bring their prostitutes into the country, you understand? It's happened in Lagos where they've all been nabbed. You see, so everything, they bring their own economy here. So they benefit maximally from the loan.
We have the China markets, Chinese...
everything, you understand? You know, I went to that extreme to indicate that the Chinese are quite shrewd. You understand? I will protect their interests at any level, from that point of view.
Some of us will say what is working for China is leadership, which it's missing or lacking here grossly.
Well, it's missing, yeah. We certainly don't have a leader in the right sense of the word from that point of view. And Chinese are led by the Communist Party, very strong leadership. They know where they're going. They want to become the next superpower. And it's likely to happen because America has its own issues and America has its own problems. And of course, Nigeria, you understand, should have been leveraging at least to be in the mid-ranking of countries. But the leadership is not there, and meritocracy is not what operates in Nigeria. You put people there because of how they sound, what they look like, rather than whether they merit to be there. And I think Nigeria has a long way to go. But Nigeria has the potential to be great because of the size of our economy, the size of our population, our diversity, our resources. But unfortunately, the story over the last 50 or 60 years has been a waste.
Even the recent currency swap deal with China, it seems China is the one really enjoying the,
Yes, China benefits from it. China is at our expense most of the time, and China knows what it's doing. And what happened, the relationship between China and Nigeria is not just about Nigeria, it's about Africa. China is increasing its influence, spreading its influence, and making sure that they will dominate one day will dominate the world, the way America has done over the past 70 years.
Let's go check out another story here. Of course,